Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome to yet another video. Guys, we have actually won a match. You know what? This feels different because I actually forgot how it feels, and I know it's against Brighton and I know it's for the Carabao Cup. But guys, we won a game after how long? I am so happy, guys. Yesterday was a very exciting game. The first half was a bit tough on us, but the confidence in our boys just stepped up when Jackson scored. And of course, we had an offside goal and more chances that were being created. And this is what I would have been wanting to see. Now, there was a difference this time round. The lineup was different. And yes, we are all about experimenting. But these are the type of games that when we see results from, we should actually take the results and implement them in the Premier League. For instance, we have some certain players who started. For instance, Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer started his first, as he debuted in this game, he also gave his first assist. So, yes, some players will be doing this so that they'll just be getting game time. But can we just look at it for a second here? And if players are actually stepping up for themselves and making sure that they are noticed by the fans, by the coach, by contributing to the final third, which is our problem this season. The final third, which is our problem this season. And have we found a solution? I know in this game Cucurella came in, but he stepped up. He stepped up in a different way. I don't know whether it's because he was being booed by the Brighton fans. I don't know that's because we have taken everything from Brighton. But it was good to see Cucurella step up. And for once, I have something positive to say, and I am really glad that we won a game. It almost felt like we won a trophy. That is how long it has been since we have won. So we as Chelsea, we have just qualified to the next round of the Carabao Cup, and we have drawn Blackburn. Exciting things are yet to come. We are facing Fulham on Monday away, so this will be our next game. But I just want to say, it feels good to win. It feels good to be winning. We did not just win against any team. We won against the third-ranked Brighton. Yes, we are 5-6 games in, but they have been doing well this season, and we needed to make a statement. They have won us at home twice, and we just couldn't continue like this. We couldn't allow this to happen. So I was really happy with this game. Now, in terms of the starting 11, it was more of a hybrid. We had a 4-2-3-1. Anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you like the video, share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. Now let's jump right into it. This will be my review for the game against Brighton yesterday, where we won with a 1-0. Possibly could have been a 2-0 win, but we take the win and move. So in terms of the starting 11, I'll jump right into it. So we had a 4-2-3-1 formation, as I mentioned. We had Sanchez in goal. Then in terms of the back four, we had Cucurella. Now Cucurella had to play a different position. He had to play on the right hand side, and he's used on the right side, and he's used to playing on the left side. So this was an interesting challenge for Cucurella. Although he had some moments that were a bit shaky, he really stepped up in this game. And tell me in the comment section down below if you guys don't agree with me or agree with me, or tell me your opinions about Cucurella in this game. But he has had a rough year. He has had a rough year, coming back from injury, losing weight from the injury. He literally just had a child, I think a few months ago. So there has been a lot that he has been dealing with. And according to Mirror Football, they allegedly reported that Cucurella was looking to make in the January transfer period. And this got me thinking, why? I know it has not been the best condition for him in Chelsea, but at the same time, is it because he's not getting more game time? Is it because he's not the preferred left back? Is it because he's not starting whatsoever? Of course, as a player, you get frustrated. But in this game, he actually honestly stepped up. Marco Cucurella in this game, if it's because he wanted to prove a point towards the booing Brighton fans, or he just wanted to prove a point to his former team that, hey, you guys, I'm here and this is where I am now, so you gotta deal with it how you want to deal with it. I don't care, but I am here now. He deals really well, to be honest. Then In terms of the other left backs, we had Disasi, we had Levi Colwill, and we had Ben Chilwell. Now Ben Chilwell also stepped up. He looked like he was taking more of the captaincy role. It looked like he was taking more of the leadership role in the game. He's the only older player that was in the starting 11, so it was good for him to step up in this game. I liked how he played, although chances. There's some chances. There was a chance that he missed that I felt like he would have done better, because I have seen Ben Chilwell score from tighter angles, but it was a very tight angle. So I will leave him to that. Before I forget, now I have to talk about Sanchez. Now Sanchez in this game, I will give him a 70% out of 100. Here's why. We almost conceded a goal when he made a mistake, and it almost felt as though he's trying to sell out this game. Yes, I know this is a long shot and I'm just probably overthinking it, but he came from Brighton, and when he made that mistake and passed the ball back to a Brighton player, we were just so lucky that it went overboard and it just went over the goalpost. But if it was not for that, the gods were on our side. It's safe to say we finally got the miracle that we've been wanting as Chelsea, and I cannot complain. So in terms of midfield, we had Ugochukwu and Caicedo. Now Ugochukwu, yeah, I noticed Ugochukwu. I mean, he's very tall. It's not easy to not notice him. So I did notice him, but I felt like he was selling out some chances that, again, in the final third we could have converted better. I think the funniest one was when he when he got the opportunity and he just snowballed the ball. That was funny. I can make jokes because we won, but in this game he was okay. I wouldn't say it's his best game, but we can see the confidence building. We can see that the players are trying to work with Poch, and something felt different. There was movement in the midfield. There was movement in the front three. Now this time, in terms of the front, we had Ian Maatsen, we had Cole Palmer, we had Mudryk, and we had Jackson. So 4-2-3-1 was the formation. So as I said, it was more of a hybrid. But in terms of Maatsen, I didn't really see Martin in this game. I guess that's why he was substituted. But again, it's good to build the confidence. Cole Palmer, again, this was a player that for me really stood out. Although Mudryk too was also great, but Cole Palmer really did well in this game. Coming from Man City, he came to he wanted to prove a point, basically, and we took note. This was his first start, his first debut, and he had an assist. So should we start Cole Palmer more? And if we're starting him often, should he replace in the starting 11 that are getting constant minutes? So in terms of Mudryk, I felt like he was really good in this game. I have been seeing him improve. His confidence is building. Yes, he has the tricks which sometimes come in handy, but in this game, I mean, in terms of his long passes, in terms of his short passes, I feel like he's a player in Mudryk, and the confidence, he has been given 3 games in a row where he has been starting. So it's also good to see that Pochettino is building confidence in the player and he sees something in him. So he got a standing ovation, and I thought that was a bit, but he felt better in this game. He felt more comfortable making the passes. He felt more comfortable with the teammates around him. He knew where the teammates would be when he wanted to make a pass. So I would give Mudryk thumbs up. He did well in this game. Then finally we had Jackson. Now Jackson had a very not so good start, as I said, in this game specifically, but it did not deter him. And this is what I said in my previous video, that like, if there's a player in you and you just are not getting the opportunity for it to come out, eventually it will come out. Eventually, with time, if we're given chances, but that's just it. The Premier League is cutthroat and there are no chances, there's no time. So in terms of Jackson, even in this game he was making mistakes, but he was able to make up for it. One sweet pass from Cole Palmer with a sweet assist, and we finally have nipped in a goal. And we can breathe. I almost did not believe it went in. I couldn't believe it went in because I blinked and the ball was in, because it happened in the second half. As I said, the first half was tough with Brighton having possession. Brighton were very confident. I mean, they're currently third. They have come from a win. We've come from a loss. We're the underdogs in this game, but we really stepped up. Then in terms of Jackson, as I was saying, that did not deter him. I mean, in terms of the second half, this was when he scored his goal, and I mean, it was just incredible. It was incredible. He didn't even know how to celebrate. Of course, he did the knee slide, but he didn't know how to celebrate. I mean, yes, I think this is his second goal throughout the season. I think this is his second goal, but it's good to see that the player in him is coming out. But he just needs to build his confidence more. You would see that when he made a mistake on the pitch, he would beat himself over it, or he would rub his hair. He was trying to work over the stress, and there was a lot of pressure under the players, and they needed to prove that they know what they're doing. And we wanted to see results. We wanted to win, you know. As I said, we won, so it feels good. It feels good to be back on the scoring board with a 1-0 win. We kept a clean sheet, guys. But sure, guys, seriously, on a serious note, in terms of the substitutions, Modric, as I said, got a standing ovation at the 68th minute, got out for Sterling. Now, this is where I feel like we made a mistake when the substitutions came in. Now, at the 75th minute, we had Cole Palmer and Martin come out, and then we had Gallagher and Fernandez come in, respectively. Now, this is where I felt like you see the connection that the players were making, because the substitution of Modric, prior to the substitution of Palmer, there was a bit of game flow, there was a bit of gameplay. But then Enzo comes in, Enzo comes in, and Gallagher comes in, and then in the midfield, it's almost as though we stirred the beans in the pot, and it looked a bit chaotic, to be honest. Tell me how you felt about the substitutions, and what they the right substitutions to be made. Of course, I mentioned this season we don't have too many games we're playing, so we have a lot of game resting time. We have a lot of rest time for the players. So if players are called upon to start, if players are called upon to replace players that are injured, then we should definitely step up. They should definitely step up, and no excuses whatsoever, because no other team are giving excuses. And as I said, it was finally good to win. I hope we can win our next game. It's against Fulham. Of course, in this game we did not see the likes of Thiago Silva, and it was good to see some great impact from the team. Now, this is what we're saying, you know, as the seedling is growing, you might not know when it's just about to shoot up and sprout into a plant. So as Pochettino and the board and the players are saying, we should stay positive, that we're working on things, we're doing something, and all we want to see is goals and goals and goals, which we're not getting, results which we're not getting. When we finally see that seed trying to break out of the seedling, or when you see the seedling trying to break out of the seed, we are finally okay. Maybe we know what we're doing here. Maybe it's not as bad as when Grandpa. Not the same times, not the same circumstances. Very different attitude from the players, and I have been saying this and I'll keep saying this. If players want to play for a coach and they want to make you look good, they will do it, and they will do it well. And this is what they did. And for Pochettino, he was under a lot of pressure. When we got the extra time, 7 minutes, he was even booked. I mean, you would see the guy was just walking around, but it was good to finally get a win. Finally, the positive changes that they have been making have finally been producing results. So I hope we can stay like this. And our next game, we face Fulham, and of course, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, for our next Carabao Cup, we have drawn Blackburn. Now, in terms of the rest of the teams, of course, some big names were dropped yesterday. Now, the likes of Leicester City dropped yesterday. Newcastle beat Man City to drop Man City yesterday, and leaving them out of the chance of having a possible treble. So, goodbye to treble for Man City, but they're still in 3 more competitions. So that's their thing to deal with. So in terms of this game, very good positives to take from it. Cole Palmer was a very great impact in this game, and I think we're underestimating him. If we keep underestimating him, I think this is why he came to Chelsea, because he wasn't getting a lot of starting time, a lot of game time. So we should utilize this, and we should be giving him the starting time that he needs, because there's a beast in there, you know, and we might be sleeping on him. Don't sleep on him. I won't be sleeping on him anymore, because I was definitely sleeping on him. But it's good to see that we finally won. So our next draw, as I mentioned, big names were dropped yesterday in terms of the Carabao Cup. So for the next draw of the Carabao Cup, we have Mansfield versus Port Vale, we have Ipswich versus Fulham, Man United versus Newcastle, Bournemouth versus Liverpool, Chelsea versus Blackburn, then we have West Ham versus Arsenal, Everton versus Burnley, and finally we have Exeter versus Middlesbrough. So overall, I am really happy with the game. Could we have scored more goals? Possibly 2, with 1 ruled offside. 2 goals by Jackson. That would have been incredible for him. But his confidence, I mean, the guy with the standing ovation, he walked around the pitch, and yeah, he was happy. Although he was injured on his hand, I hope it's not serious, because we just cannot afford any more injuries. We just cannot afford that. Now, as I finish off the video, of course, Fabrizio Romano dropped the news yesterday about our captain. Now, our captain apparently, after the Aston Villa game, had a one-on-one. He had a one-on-one with one of the match officials, and he has been given until Friday to respond. Okay. First of all, when I heard this news, I was like, no way, this can't be true. But I know the kind of passionate guy Reece James is when he is on the field. So am I surprised that this happened? I mean, the guy got a whole tattoo of the Champions League on his leg, and not a tiny one, a big one. So he's proud of it. And is he passionate about the club so much that even when he's injured, when he's not playing as the captain, he is going back and forth with the match officials as the game is over? There might be some truth to it. I mean, if I was him, I would do it. I would absolutely do it. So he's been given till Friday. So Reece James, we wait for you, our captain, our highly esteemed captain. But guys, hey, it might be serious if he's actually found guilty, because we already have Gusto out for 3 matches. He has been banned for 3 matches, and we'll be having Jackson out for 5 for the next game, because five consecutive. He has received 5 consecutive yellow cards, so he'll be missing the next game. It's gonna be a tough one. Gusto is out with a 3-match ban, and we have a possibility of James being banned for a 3-match ban, because he, back and forth with the official. But we might have found a solution. Is this solution permanent? I don't know. Will it work in the long term? Possibly, if we give it a chance. But this is what I'm saying, we cannot be experimenting with our Premier League games. So yes, we are happy to be back on the scoring sheet, on the scoring board. But then again, will Cucurella have to step up on the right hand side now that Reece James and Gusto might be out till, it will be early or late next month that he will be starting again. So it's a lot to unpack. But you know what? We won the Champions of Europe. Back up. I think that was too much. But hey guys, if you're new to the channel, please like the video, share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. Share this with a friend of a friend of a friend, and I'll be seeing you in my next video.